We are students at the University of Massachusetts Amherst, and we worked with the Alderbrook Meadows Wildlife Sanctuary with Mount Grace to maintain the trails and remove invasive species that were spreading throughout the property. Civic engagement is working with others to better a community. With the help of other volunteers, we took part in civic engagement by maintaining the trails at Alderbrook Meadows so that anyone could use them. We started by removing leaves from the trails. This made the edges of the trails clearer and allows wheelchairs to move along the trail more easily. As we did this, we removed plants that had grown onto the trail or gotten too close to the trail.
The people who originally lived here are Sokoki Abenaki. They call this place Squakak, which means the land of the people who separated. They lived from hunting and gathering, combined with planting and forest and grassland management, providing bountiful food and material sources. Their way of living forms a close relationship with Mother Earth and animals. During the King Philip's War, this place also functioned as a refuge for many native families. After the war, English colonists began to resettle on the Great Meadow. Settlers built their homes between Squannock and the Cossack, which is between Millersbrook and Millbrook nowadays. They divide the land into home and farmlands.
We then moved on to removing invasive species. Across the US, invasive species are choking over 3.6 million acres of national forests, which is roughly the same area as Connecticut.
So there's 3 different types of invasive plants that I've observed on Alderbrook Meadows. The most prolific is buckthorn, which I'm holding a seedling of. So we have a patch of that down by the deck that we're going to try and tackle today. We're also going to be on the lookout for these seedlings. So one way to identify them is that they have this kind of reddish roots. This actually isn't the best example of that. We can find ones that have better ones. But in terms of what you see above ground, they have smooth kind of oval leaves. They do have kind of a little bit of a shiny aspect, which is why they're called glossy buckthorn. And they have speckled stems. And so the other 2 that we have on site are bittersweet vines, which have orange berries in the fall. And then the other one that we have here is barberry, and that one is has berries that are kind of more oval shaped, of a darker color than the bittersweet, and it has a lot of thorns. That one also can take over the understory, which is kind of the reason why we're dealing with them, is because if we don't keep pulling them up and trimming them back, they will they can create just a monoculture across the forest understory and just crowd out all the other native plants.
The whole experience was very rewarding, especially because removing invasives is surprisingly fun. It was inspiring to see all the other volunteers who showed up and with just a few hours of their time, turned a massive undertaking into a quick process, revealing the power of environmental leadership. If everyone volunteered just a little in their communities, there would be a noticeable impact on the health of the environment and the people living in it.